be sexy.
La 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 la.
You look great. Looking good on this Daytona 500 day.
Thanks. Sweet. We're good?
We're good.
All right. Let me think about what I need to say for a sec. Dude, right now?
He's gotta eat right now.
He's gotta eat right now.
He's gotta eat right now while we're filming.
Okay, good boy. For fuck's sake.
I know. Well, I mean... Wow.
And the oceans dried, and the wind and the dust rose. You okay? Okay. Is that on?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
on.
shit, okay.
Okay, ready?
We're gonna be making brats out on the grill. We're gonna be, nope, fuck that. I'm so thrown off. It's always so easy. Okay, we got our no, fuck you. Our ISIS, we got our ISIS sliced down. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Take 2. So today is the Daytona 500 and we're gonna be doing beer brats. This is probably the best game day type of meal besides chili and things like that. It's just perfect for a game day meal. I love beer brats and we're gonna do them the right way today. We're gonna cook up some onions. We're gonna make a beer bath. We're gonna cook the brats in it, sear them off, and then put them back in those juices just to really absorb all that flavor. And then we'll assemble them and I'll show you how I do that as well. So it's a very simple process. We're gonna start by slicing 2 onions. Take the skins off, of course. And we're just gonna be making anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch slices. As you can see, I sliced it from root to stem versus across the middle because I want those nice big thick slices as we go down here. And then we're going to be putting them in this bowl here. Break them apart just a little bit. And that's about the size that I like here. About somewhere in between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. That's how I like it. You can make them a little bit fatter, a little bit thinner to your liking. And I'm just going to keep doing this for 2 full onions. And then once we go out to the grill, I'll show you how I get these nice and warmed up and cooked down for the beer bath. We got our onions sliced down. We're gonna go put them out on the grill. I've got my PK360 fired up and I've got 2-zone cooking set up. So one side is very hot and it's got those nice coals and flames coming up. The other side is less hot and there's no coals directly underneath it. So I can do that indirect cooking with the beer bath. So what we're gonna do is add a little butter, some salt and pepper, some garlic, and the onions, and we're gonna cook those down. Then we're gonna add our beer. I like a nice light lager, something American domestic, probably about the best beer you can find on the market, and add that in. So actually, whatever you can find. The beer doesn't really matter. Some people use stouts, some use Guinness, you know, and things like that. Some use an IPA. I would suggest against that because it's so bitey. But good old American domestic beer, it gives that flavor that I'm looking for, that tailgating, awesome American beer flavor on the brats. And it's just perfect. It's not too heavy, it's not too flavorful to where it's just gonna allow those onions to still kind of shine through after you've cooked them down. So let's go out to the grill and take a look at these onions and get them on there. All right, so we're going to be creating our 2-zone fire here. It is the coldest day of the year, so I'm actually really digging these coals. Nice and warm. So I just got my chimney starter and I'm putting them all over here on this side. Get these flushed over. So these are nice and hot, and as you can see, that's why they call it 2-zone. This zone is going to be very hot, and over on this side, indirect cooking. It'll still be warm, but it'll be indirect. We're gonna go ahead and put our grates on there. All right, so we're going to start this beer bath now. We're gonna start with a stick of butter. You put the whole stick in there. You can put this right over the direct heat. Once that starts to melt down a little bit, we're gonna add the onions. But first, I'm gonna take some of this roasted garlic that we cooked up last night, and I'm gonna throw some of that in here. Boop, 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 boop. And this is gonna add some awesome flavor to our bath. There we go. About 1 roasted garlic head.
Ooh.
So we're just gonna let this melt down and get happy, and then we'll come back and show you how we're gonna put this together.
Get happy.
So we have our roasted garlic in with our melted butter, and we're going to be adding our onions in here. Add the whole stinking shebang, 2 full onions. Oh, look at that instant smell. Now we want to start cooking these down. I'm going to go ahead and add some kosher salt. Just to get some of the moisture pulled out of there. A little bit of pepper for flavor. Perfect. And we're just going to cook these down now. I'm going to shut this down and get these all nice and incorporated. We want these translucent. Now that these onions are translucent and we're getting them cooked down a bit, I'm going to add my beer. You can see that in the bottom here, under the onions, we're getting that good liquid. That's what we want to see. That's looking perfect. We don't want to reduce them too much. We're not trying to caramelize these onions. We just wanted to get them to that translucent state. And then we're going to be adding this beautiful Pabst Blue Rib. And I'm adding in this entire can, all 24 glorious ounces.
I mean, if you can't drink it, it might as well be for food.
Right. All right, and we're going to let this come up to a boil, which will take a couple of minutes. All right, we have a nice low boil going on, and that is perfect to add our brats in here. These are going to be awesome. So we're just adding these uncooked brats in here. You can see we're tucking them nice and in there. We've got a few of those. We're not using any flavored ones today. We're just doing the straight up bratwurst. Some little beauties. Some little pork pills. All right. Use your tongs and get them in there. You want these pretty submerged in there. And now that we have a beautiful pan of beer brats, we're going to get this off the heat into the indirect side. And we're going to cover it with foil. Dull side down. And we want to steam these suckers now. Close down the lid. I'm going to make an indirect heat source. So I'm going to cover it, close up that side, and close my bottom vent on the left so that it's a right bottom vent going to the upper left vent out. So the heat's literally going right across that pan and coming up. So we'll be back in 15 minutes after these have had some time to cook down, and we'll put them on the other side to sear them up. It has been about 17 minutes. We're coming back out, getting this open back up, full bore. Take a look at these. Oh yeah, beautiful. So what we're going to be doing now is getting a little sear onto these. You can see I put the bath back over the direct heat because I want to reduce that down a little bit. But these babies, these are going right onto the grill grates here. Just transfer them all over. Whoa, run away. Run away.
They plumped up a little bit, it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's why you put them in the bath first, because they plump up in the bath.
Did you mention if you plumped up in your bath?
I do sometimes. Can't stay in there too long. Yeah, this is just to get them cooked a little bit and get some of that awesome oniony beer mixture in there. We're going to mix this around, and we're going to leave this right over the direct heat and let this reduce down while these start to get a little color on them. We're going to come back out in about 5 to 10 minutes and roll them and take a look at them. All right, so as you can see, we have this beer bath nice and reduced down. It's got that nice consistency to it. And we threw the brats over here onto a direct heat to get these blistered up a little bit. And these, I've been playing with them for just a couple minutes. You can see when they start to split, they start to whistle. You'll see some juice shooting out of there. That's how you know that they are ready to go back into the bath here. Now, if you're a little nervous about it, you can always take the temps. You know, we can take this one right here, 172, but they're going back into this nice warm bath to continue cooking at any rate and to absorb all that delicious beer and onion bath through those little holes that happened from us searing them. This is going to be amazing. Smells awesome. This smells like game day. This smells like the Daytona 500 right here. This is absolutely awesome. So we're gonna put it right back in here. And of course you can slide it back over the heat, but what we're gonna do is cover these up with some tin foil and bring them inside and just let them rest for a little while. Let's go do that. So these brats are looking awesome. We've brought them inside. We've let them rest in the beer bath for about 30 minutes. We're gonna open it up now. You can see these things are looking amazing. I've got my nice sausage roll here. This thing is ready to go. I've just split it down the middle. We're gonna put in our brat. Let's pick one of these portly fellas. Now I like to have mine with some sauerkraut and some stone ground mustard, some nice German mustard. But first, I'm gonna scoop some of these amazing onions out of here and put these on, because these add so much flavor. I can't explain to you how delicious, I almost swore there. I can't explain to you how delicious these onions are, and they are sort of the bedrock underneath the kraut. So now I'm gonna get some of my good sauerkraut. Look for a nice sauerkraut. I'm using the boar's head for this one. They do a good job with this one. Nice and cabbagey. A lot of people don't like sauerkraut. I think on this bratwurst, you have to have it on there. It's just so good. And now, coup de grace, a little German stone ground mustard. This is that Engelhofer original stone ground, and it is so perfect for this. I just put a nice little line across there, and that is good enough to eat. All right, let's check it out and get this pushed in here so I don't make a total mess of myself. Again, I don't have a napkin or a paper towel anywhere in sight, so let's just get messy. All right, nice little bite. It doesn't get any better than that. On a nice cold day like today, when we have the races going, this is a perfect meal. We can let these chill out in this beer onion bath, and they stay nice and warm. We can keep them covered. And as people get hungry throughout the race or throughout the day, they can just come in and assemble one of these any way they want. Another nice trick is add some of these pink onions in there, some of these red pickled onions. We just made these yesterday, and you can check out, actually it'd be right here, check out the recipe that we have for the red pickled onions. They are an awesome addition to just about any meal. So put some of those on there for a little extra tang, a little extra zip. This is one you have to try out. Definitely do this, and let me know in the comments if you tried it out and if you enjoyed it. They're fantastic. You can't go wrong. Give it a try.